We've come to Deshnok, Rajasthan, India, and we've come here for a very special reason. There is a temple here that is probably one of the most unique temples in all of India, if not all of the world. And there's something really special about this temple. You want to tell them what it is?
Well, I think what makes it unique is the fact that it's customary to let loads and loads of rats crawl over your bare feet as you're visiting the temple. This is a very sacred spot here in India, but that's what you do. That's the custom, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to take our shoes off, which is customary for entering a temple, and I'm going to take my socks off, and I think you are too. And we're just going to let rats crawl all around us.
I haven't made my mind up about the socks yet. I'll see, but we'll either be barefoot or wear socks. We'll see.
So we haven't even entered yet, and there are rats crawling around. There's one over there. I hope I caught him. There's this guy under the chair. There we go. So this is where some people are taking their shoes off anyway. I think we'll have a little bit of a walk around here and take in this atmosphere before we just give ourselves over to the rats.
As an offering.
So it looks like shoes go kind of anywhere and everywhere, including like right underneath this little case of sweets right here. So we're gonna find like the optimal spot to leave our shoes and check them for rats before we put them back on.
Oh, there you go. Dude, look at that. Good idea. There is, and it looks like a little kind of official place over there with the pink little boxes where you can leave your shoes in.
Okay.
But yeah, that's actually a really good point, yeah. Check for rats before you put the shoes back on.
Okay, let me ask you, like, how many rats are you expecting? About, you know, are you expecting like, you know, just a handful of them to be crawling around you at one time, or are you expecting like a carpet of rats?
I'm going for the carpet of rats. I think there's going to be thousands. And if we're lucky, we might actually get to spot, there's the venerated white rat. So if we're lucky, we might actually get to spot the white rat.
I'm guessing there has to be a few white rats. We'll see.
I don't know. Apparently people spend hours here hoping that they'll actually see the white rat. So it's I think it's considered quite lucky if you do get to see him. Or her.
People are queuing up already.
Yeah. We should probably get rid of the shoes and the socks and get in there.
These people are all ready. What a team player. You're going barefoot.
I am. I'm going for it. I'm all in on this one.
Yeah, I'm going to do it. That's the only way. So much more later in the video about this temple and what it all means. But for right now, we're just going to get right to the rats.
So the temple is actually called Karni Mata Temple, and she was a very special lady, and like Jerry said, we'll explain a little bit more about her a little bit later.
Yeah.
For now, we're just going to head in. You've got a clip of the feet that are fabulous advertisements for people needing a pedicure. Or just at least cut her toenails, you know, maybe. But anyway, that's what being on the road is.
Yeah, I think maybe the rats will take care of that for us.
Yeah, maybe.
You're ready, aren't you? As you can see, there's very little decorum here. You just kind of push your way through here, and I should point out that we're here on a Saturday, and this is just before Christmas. This just happens to be, not for Christmas, but this time of year happens to be a very popular time for Indian families to have leave from school and work, so it's quite busy here. And part of the custom here is to bring them food, isn't that right, Fiona?
Yeah, that's right. And apparently, it's considered good luck if you eat the food after the rats have nibbled on it.
So far, I have to say, after being in here for about 5 minutes, I thought I had a rat crawl across my foot, but it was actually a plastic bag, so far so good.
I actually did have a rat crawl across my foot. And apparently it's good luck if they do crawl across your foot, so well said. I'd say these are some of the most well-fed rats in the entire world. They've like such an assortment of all kinds of goodies. They've got sweets, they've got corn, they've got beans. You name it, people are bringing gifts for them.
I've gotten used to stepping on all these little peas and peanuts and bits of corn and everything. So I think my feet are just encrusted now. So it's like, what have I got to lose? Well, I think we made it. That lady's dancing around.
It's actually quite funny. It's like some people have come here, you know what you're getting into, you know you're walking into the Temple of Rats, you know there's going to be rats running around. But it's like, it is quite funny. It's like the amount of squealing with people and the hopping from leg to leg, trying to avoid them.
Well, this certainly wasn't the carpet of rats that you were thinking.
No, definitely not. I mean, there's definitely quite a few hundred here. Actually, there's probably thousands in the temple.
I'd say so, yeah.
There goes one right now over my foot. But it's not the carpet where you're just kind of like completely
Swarmed
by rats. Yeah, like your feet are just covered, or you know, there's hardly any tiled area to step on. It's kind of the opposite, really. And they're all busy working on their own little rat-like projects. You know, they're eating, they're drinking, they're doing what rats do.
It's somewhat organized, isn't it?
It is. Is it just drinking water?
Yeah. Okay, we just saw something that we both did see the same thing. This guy came by and took a handful of this water, drank it, and then rubbed his hand across his head. So took a sip of that water from his hand and rubbed it across his head. So that must be customary as well. I'll skip that. I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah, I think it's probably part of like nibbling on the food that they've been nibbling on. It's I'm sure it's like good fortune and good luck.
So apparently you can get like little foot covers. I just saw a couple out here with a tour guide with foot covers on.
Huh? We've come outside to this little courtyard area, and I know I've read that it's meant to be good luck, good fortune if they run across your feet. I'm wondering what it means when they start nibbling on your toes. It can't be that they're hungry, because like I said, they're probably the most well-fed rats in the world. But I've just had a couple of them nibble on my toes. So, yeah, I wonder what that means. So for those of you who are new to the channel or who don't know me, I'm actually terrified of birds. So I'm grand with the rats here, they're not a bother. Instead, I am terrified of the pigeons, and there's tons of them because there's free food.
Okay, so we're done. We went through a second time, and my feet are actually cold. I don't know about you.
My feet are freezing. Oh!
And I'm about to show Fiona this giant saucer of milk that that the mice are the rats are drinking out of.
Cabas. Apparently cabas is the term for the rats here.
Okay.
Yeah, or rats.
They're very large mice. If you don't like rats, just call them very large mice. We've never done anything like this before, and it was a pretty unique experience, and we're certainly not trying to take away from any significance that this site might have. So without any further ado, we'll tell you a little bit more about this whole custom right now.
So, Karni Mata was a lady who lived in the 14th, 15th century, and she had very special powers. It's believed she was an incarnation of the goddess Durga. Now, one of her special powers was she could bring people back from the dead. Within her village, there was a lady whose son was grievously ill. So this lady called upon Karni Mata to come and help her son out. But by the time Karni Mata got there, the poor chap had died. So, Karni Mata went to see Yama, who is the god of the underworld, to see if she could bring this other lady's son back to the living. Yama refused, So Karni Mata knew that rats were outside of the realm of Yama. Yama could take everybody else when they died, but he had no control over rats. So Karni Mata thereby decreed that from there on in, when people within her village died, they would be reincarnated as rats. So Yama would have no control over them. These are the sacred rats, also known as Kabas, that inhabit the temple here at Deshnok. So that completes our visit to the temple here. We never did actually see the venerated white rat, but we did have quite a few rats run over our feet. I had my toe nibbled on a couple of times. And we just had a really good time. It's a very unique experience. We do know that it's a sacred site for many, but at the same time, it has also become a tourist draw, as you can see from like all the stands that are set up outside. We've got a lady coming over to see what we're doing right now.
We didn't see the white rat, but we saw
The white cow.
so good luck is ours.
Yeah. Either way, white rat, white cow. We've got to see one of
It's
them.
all good.